abandonment of accountability by our elected employees in this country has reached an all-time scary level. The waste of our tax dollars, the dishonesty and refusal to be accountable to their employers. We the people employ elected employees, and they have to take an oath to the Constitution where they acknowledge that we the people are the boss. And so much of our government has lost sight of that. So Donald Trump and a lot of the upgraded Republicans are a good sign that a uniting can take place, and it did take place in November of 2016. But with the resistance and the denial and the dishonesty and the refusal to celebrate America first by so many of the liberal Democrats and so many of the rhinos, Republican in name only, to continue with the status quo swamp stink is going to take a lot of work. In my daily travels from the coffee shop to the feed mill to the dentist office, the love I get for standing up for self-evident truth, common sense, goodwill, decency, the American way, America first, secure borders, earning your own way, all these controversial things that I represent, that they're controversial should scare the hell out of you. But everywhere I go, the love for me speaking out on behalf of that common sense, because I dare to stand up for these basics of America first. But somehow each family has to contest the scourge of liberalism in their own family, at their bowling league, at deer camp, at the basketball game, at the barbecue, or at the tofu festival, and we have to get back to 1 and 1 equals 2. Be the best that you can be, that the American dream is available to everybody, no matter where you're from or what you look like. If you stop at that help wanted sign, put your heart and soul into being the best that you can be, get there early, work harder, stay late, and move forward. That's how I did it. That's how my sons did it, my daughters did it, my wife did it, my brothers did it, my sister did it. That's how everybody I know does it. But there's a resistance on the left, and some of these crybaby, whining, comfortably numb goofballs out there that think it's more honorable to collect welfare than to work at a job that they don't prefer. So there's a long road ahead for us. But we can change that attitude. I've changed those attitudes in the world of rock and roll and the different social maneuvers that I make all around the country with all different types of people, whether it's in San Francisco or Manhattan or Chicago. I run into people that, for example, ask how I can so mindlessly murder innocent animals, until I explain to them that that's not murder, it's venison. And that you have to manage the wildlife to make room for next year's production, i.e. Thanksgiving in November, thanking God for the renewable bounty from the wildlife pantry. And once I explain it to them, their head tilts to the side, they furrow their brow and go, oh, I never thought of it like that before. So those things that are near and dear to me, hunting rights, wildlife management, conservation, Second Amendment rights, when I have a one-on-one or even in a huge assemblage speaking about the Second Amendment and explain how unarmed helplessness will only get you in trouble and roll out the red carpet for a paroled monster. When I articulate it in real street terms and examples, I've changed a lot of minds, but we have to confront. Confrontational politics are the only meaningful politics. You don't have to be mean, you don't have to bludgeon anybody, but you should bludgeon them with the truth until they get it. And I've seen that to be very effective, so I would encourage everybody to give away National Rifle Association memberships to everyone they know, especially their anti-gun friends. And the mighty rock czar, not the road less traveled, no road untraveled.